Hi everybody, it's Julie, and tonight I'm working a little bit on the prayer journal that I got the order for. So I got to the part where I am trying to do something about all the white pages. Rather than cover all the pages with something else, I wanted to do something on them. So what I am doing is, I've already done 2 signatures. I am stenciling. So there's a little bit of stencil there, a little bit here. There's some here. I'm also using this little stamp here throughout. It kind of has the same idea as that one there. So I am adding that as well. So you'll just see that this is the first signature. So there is some stamping and some stenciling. So I just wanted to really quickly show you how I do this. I'm going to call it, it's an ombre effect on my stenciling. So I have this page here, and it is a pocket. So part of it will be covered, but not the whole thing. So I just want to make sure that there's not just, I don't like just, unless the book is white, and this one actually has coffee dyed papers in it. So I want the white pages to have some color. So I am going to use this underneath just to make sure that I don't end up going onto the next page. The colors of this book is, it's teal and then a variety of blues I've used in it. So I'm using the Distress Ink by Tim Holtz Peacock Feathers, and I am also using antique linen. Antique linen is my favorite because to me it looks the closest to the coffee dyed, especially if it's the light coffee dyed. So when I'm using a cosmetic sponge, I am using that because I have a lot of them from my other business, from when I was very, very active in it. I used a lot of cosmetic sponges, and then some of them got put into my scrapbooking stash and my crafting stash. So I'm just going around in a circular motion and putting some of this antique linen down to kind of dull this really bright white. So you can see the difference there. This is the bright white page, and this is the other, once I've added the antique linen. So sometimes I'll do this part before I stencil, sometimes I'll do it after. So this is a pocket here, and so it's going to have, it's going to have a tag or something in it, but part of it will still possibly show. So I am going to use, again, it's a pocket. So I have this awesome stencil. I've had it forever. I finally have gotten to start using it. It has a corner, a single flower, the round, and 2 different straight lines. Okay, so I could use that. I think I'm going to use the corner on this one. And so what I'm doing first is I'm using the antique linen. So I'm applying a generous amount to my sponge, and I'm just going in a circular motion around this particular, because I want this one. Okay, so now you want to be careful. Of course, I've got my paper underneath, but if I was coming over here, you want to be careful not to come over here too far, or you'll end up with the line. And then I am going to use, okay, gotta just I'm just going to dab a couple times on the peacock feathers. And there's a flower here, part of a flower here, some buds, another larger bud, and a little bud. So I'm going to start with those. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that there's some blue or peacock feathers on each of those. Now, if I went just like that, it would be fine. But I usually also go and just do a little bit more on those brown areas to give it more of an ombre look, a muted effect. And I really, really like the way that looks. So here I have a doily. Now this is going to be a prayer journal, and I have stickers that go on the different pages, and so I think that's going to be fine here. But I am going to go ahead and just add a little bit of the teal just to give it a little bit of the color there. I'm going to come here, and I think on this page I want to add a word. Okay, let's see. Where do we got? No, let's do it this page. This page we're going to add a word. And I have a couple of different stencils. I have this one, and then I have this one. The way that I like to use this one is I use it down a whole side of a page. Okay, and then on this one I'll use pieces of it. Well, I've used everything in this particular book except for create. And I'm not going to use that on this particular page. But I thought I would look for, I think, faith. I know it's on here. There it is. So I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do faith. Okay. So for the words, again, I start with the antique linen. And I see a lot of people stenciling, but stenciling with one color. And this is the thing that can make your, I'm really liking using the two colors. So, so that's what made me stop everything I was doing, clean off my desk, because I actually have been working way down here today. So now I have my peacock feather sponge. I've done just a little bit. I'm going to come over and get a little bit off. And then I'm just going to come from the top and pull it down. Okay. So from the top and pull it down. So the blue is primarily going on the top. And then just a little bit to the bottom. Okay. And so we get this effect, this ombre effect of the colors there. Okay. And now I am going to go ahead, and I have my little thing here, and I'm going to use this one. It starts out lightly, I don't know how to, because it's, to me, it's lighter on this side and heavier on this side. So I'm going to go with the light side closest to the faith. That's going to continue. Your eye will flow down to the heavier side. Okay. So always wanting to keep people's eyes flowing across your pages if you actually want them to look at them. And so we're going to do the same thing here. Now this page is, it has some darker coffee staining on it. So I want to make sure that I'm getting a really good coverage with this. Sorry about the shaking. With this ink. So here we go. Okay, and then again, just gonna dip it in a couple times. Now this time we have the flower here, and then some buds. So I'm just gonna start by getting the flowers. And again, because it's the darker coffee dyed paper, I am doing a little more than I would. And there's a bud, a large bud up here. and then come back and get some blue. So there we have it up there. And now I'm looking at this, and I think I'm going to do the single one down here in this corner. We don't need the lids. Move them. Okay, so we're going to come down here and again start with the antique linen. Make sure that it is the antique linen. And I did a lot of work with these two colors in the My Little Mermaid wedding album that I did, and it was amazing. I could totally change the look of a paper with these colors. So there, I've added just that little bit, and I really like it. So now we have this page here, and it's kind of busy, but it's got kind of a teal color, but it's not really the same teal like I'm using. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightly add some of this teal around in this paper, and it will give that same color and bring that same color in. And then I have this is a book page, and again, same thing, just gonna add a little bit of color. And I'm starting to get low on color, but I want to, if I'm going to do that, I need to, okay, so this is a tag that I made. There, let's give it a little bit of color. And now that is really kind of stark there. So to fix it, you can come back in with the antique linen and just change that color. Okay. And I think I don't want it real dark. Okay, so third. So what I did was I wet it. I went, okay, that's what the first impression's going to be. That's what the second one is. That's what the third one is. I want the third one. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So there I have my tag for later. Okay, so let's see. Peacock feather. Just wanting to get a little bit of color in this. Okay, so that gives me just a little bit of color, and then this is going to attach here, and I'm going to show you real quick. This is the this is so much fun. This is a paper clip that I did, and I went into the edging of this lace, threaded it through, and then I have this little just the lace on the edge, because with this book I had the lace, you know, attached to the end with it sticking out, and it just didn't look nice. So I made 3 of these little paper clips to just hang on to the edge of this book. Each signature has one, and you'll get to see this book in its entirety when I'm finished. So it gave it a little bit of blue. Okay, and here I've added a paper ribbon, and I've done these before, and Lindsay Zenor does them. So but I put mine straight onto my project. So I did this little one here on the cover. You'll see it has one of those little clips, and then it has a paper ribbon kind of tab here and then here. Okay, So that is stenciling and stamping to get this beautiful ombre effect. And I'm going to continue to do it. I still have some more pages to put it on. And yeah, like this one, definitely. I mean, look at, you're looking through the book, blah, da, 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 and then you get to this and it's like, wow, it's so, so bright. So this is one of those border tucks, and this is paper, coffee dyed paper. No, this is actually from the giant tags that I made for this book. These came out of a poem book, and so this edge is from there, and this little edge is from this one. And so much fun. I pulled out my decal edge scissors. You guys remember these decorative scissors? Yeah, and decal edges were always my favorite because it didn't matter if you matched up. You're just cutting, you know, cutting crazy. So these were really cool. This one's called On Faith, and this one is What is a Friend. I also, as I was sewing the coffee dyed paper to the back, I added a little flower there. So I'm going to be, changing the colors. See, there's still some more white. I have a flip up here that is white and needs something. So I will be fixing all of those little things. But this is the last signature that I have to fix. So, or have to stencil and stamp. And then I can start doing the stamping and the passages. So the actual prayer journal part is what I'm going to be doing next. And I also was able to make using, oh, where'd they go? I know they're in here. I have everything ready. Ready. Okay, here they are. So I had a light blue file folder, and I went ahead and I copied the Tsunami Rose tags. There's 18 tags that came in this digital download, and I put 6 of them into this prayer journal, and 6 of them into each of the prayer journals. And this is the 6 that I put in your first prayer journal. Your second prayer journal gets a different 6, and the third one gets a third 6. So so I have those to go in, and they'll just be going into pockets. They'll get put on the side. And what I like to do in my prayer journals is each set of pages. So this page will have something that will have a passage on it. So when you have this journal, and this one's already sold. This one's being made for my friend Shelly. But when you have this prayer journal, all you need is a pen. You will have passages and things to reflect on. You have places to write, and your book is ready. You just will need a pen. So these will be going into pockets. They'll be going into the tucks like that. And like I said, there will be 6 of them. So 2 of these in each of the signatures. And then I have stickers that have the variety. And then I have a bunch of stamps that have verses from the Bible. So that is my little video that turned out to be longer than I planned on. I was just going to show you the stenciling. I ramble and ramble. But I hope you enjoyed this video and this little sneak peek at what I've got going on here with this journal for Shelly. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are going to be stenciling, I would love to see your work. You can share it with us over at my Facebook group, Scrap All About It. Come on over. We would love to see your work and get to know you better. So that's all I got. So have a great day, and we are still in November. Find something to celebrate every day, and be thankful, be grateful, be blessed. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.